Welcome to the Summary of Knowledge and Skills for Guitar Fundamentals 2, Chapter 8, Chapter on Bar Chords. The summary lesson here should be used like all the previous ones. It should be used to make sure that you have a brief recap, a review of everything that was covered in the chapter so that you understand it all, so that you understand all the information, you can consider it knowledge, and so that you can do all the stuff we asked you to do so that you can consider it a skill that you can play. In this Chapter 8, where we introduced and then practiced bar chords, we started with the concept of the bar. You should understand that the idea of the bar is to use your index finger as a movable capo, so that you're taking an open chord shape, the E major or E minor, the A major or A minor, open chord shape, and then moving it up with a bar so that you're creating a new chord based on whatever the root note, based on whatever note is on the E string or the A string. You should understand how that works, why it works, and be able to play them and then be able to identify as quickly as possible that if you play an E major bar chord shape on the first fret, it's an F, and this is an F sharp on the second fret, and a G on the third fret, and a G sharp on the fourth fret, and an A on the fifth fret. Likewise, you should be able to do the same thing with the minor, E minor, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, A minor. You should also be able to do the same thing with the A major and A minor bar chord shapes. You should be able to play them and be able to identify them all the way from open, from the first all the way up to the 12th fret on the E string and the A string. That will give you 24 ways to play every major and minor chord. And you'll have all of the chromatic notes of the musical alphabet covered, A through G, and all the very sharps and flats. A and A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, back to A, and a major and minor version of any one of those 12 chromatic letter notes as well. So, that's a lot of stuff to do, and it's a lot of stuff to know. It's a lot of stuff to be able to play. You want to make sure that you take the time right now to use this lesson as your checklist to make sure you understand every one of those and that you can play every one of those. If you can't, go back and review it. Take your time and make sure you get it right. It's going to form very, very solid basis and foundation of your playing for whatever genre you're going to jump off into after these beginner courses, after these Guitar Fundamentals 1 and 2 courses. After we introduced barring and the bar chord idea, then we started practicing bar chords. We had all kinds of lessons in which we gave you very practical, concrete exercises in which we showed you how to switch back and forth between various bar chord shapes. For example, using the same bar chord shape but sliding to different frets. And changing bar chord shapes from E styled ones to A styled ones in the same fret, and then E styled ones to A styled ones in a different fret. Then we mixed and matched major and minor bar chords, both the E and the A variety. And all of that stuff was done specifically to give you a systematic approach to being able to play all of the E major and E minor and A major and A minor styled or shaped bar chords, so that you'd have practice at every single one of those permutations. Now, remember that you should consider yourself knowledgeable if you can remember all of those and you can play all of them anywhere you need to. If you need to test yourself to say, I need to play an F sharp minor chord with an E minor shape and an A minor shape. I need to be able to play a D flat major chord using an E shape in an A shape. If you can do that, then you can consider yourself knowledgeable and skilled in identifying bar chords. Next, you want to be able to play any one of those bar chord exercises that we provided along with some backing tracks. Make sure that you can play them along with them in tempo, up to speed, before you would officially consider yourself competent at doing it. Once you can, that's great. Congratulations. Bar chords are a handful, literally, to be able to play for beginners. Once you've got that stuff under your grasp, congratulations. You've worked your way through the entire Guitar Fundamentals 1 and 2 course. You're ready to move on to future courses.